The infinite game of making and sharing art. I am a writer. Writing ritualistically every morning is my discipline. My daily routine is ingrained in my being. Synapses fire and I produce pages without much effort. I train myself to fall into a state of trance. I submit to my task at hand. My task is all that exists. The world falls quiet. I start by reciting my morning prayer. I realize writing is not about me, you see. It is not about my business, money generated or eyeballs captured. It is about serving the world in my way, in the best way I can. Writing is how I serve the world, and I give my entire being to my life's work. How can I best serve the world today? How can I be of service today? What needs to be said through me today? What does the artist need to hear? Who am I serving? How can I serve them right now, right here? I submit and humbly serve. I am but a vessel. This paradigm shift causes a change in my heart. I write out of joy and I write for you. Writing is an area I want to master. I enjoy the difficulty, the strain of deliberate practice, and the challenge of extending myself to my limits every day. I put in the hours. I also face the resistance I feel before I fall into trance. Once in flow, pain melts. I am proud of myself. Beauty in writing is to say what needs to be relayed and no more. Beauty is simplicity and eloquence. Beautiful prose reads like a poem. Uniqueness comes from the fragrance of my soul. Only I can say these words. These words need to find expression through me. Beauty in an area of life comes from strain and personal discipline. Once the artist extends herself beyond her limits and submits herself fully to her work, all effort melts and the work is left. On the road to mastery, the artist becomes the road itself. As long as there is me in my work, I have failed. When you see yourself in my work, I have succeeded. A master puts aside her ego and works for the people she serves. A master faces herself every day to be of service. That is her gift to the world. She puts aside her own comfort, and in that act she becomes alive in her work. Her secret is that her work works on her as much as she works on her work. Her work heals her session by session. She flows with life and comes alive, and her work emanates beauty. Once in flow, the work is untouched by the vessel. Once in flow, the work works itself out. The artist observes the work being birthed through her hands. A divine artifact of collapsing individuality into God. Many years of strain will eventually lead to an experience of greater creation. At the edge of mastery lies God. A genius lets the divine do it all, takes credit, knows he's a fool. The more one tries, the less genius one is. The more one surrenders, the more intelligent one becomes. Life is intelligence. Geniuses don't stand in the way of life. My work is my meditation practice. The meditation practice of an artist is creating art. I trust life. Life shows me what I need to see, gives me what I need to have, and takes what I need to let go. I trust the process. Let me share it with you. I play the infinite game of making and sharing art. When art is created, I grow, but my world stays the same. When my art meets the world, I grow, and the world responds. That feedback loop is the game. I suggest you play it too. Make art, be courageous enough to ship it and repeat. That is every successful artist's little secret. Meditation is being you to the brim. What overflows is art. I call my process the infinite game of making and sharing art. Let's break it down. Now, infinite. Collecting compound interest for life, internally and externally. Game. It has fun, has levels, never ends, sucks at times, hurts, and brings unmatched joy. Making. where the work and magic happens, evolve or die, rebirths and struggles. Sharing. Find the courage to share devotional work and enter a life of service. Art. Well, take an artist and put them into meditation. Let them meet God. What overflows is art. So that's all the components, the infinite game of making and sharing art. I play the infinite game of making and sharing art. That is my recipe, my sanity, and my muse. That is the only proven way, the only equation that works. Evolution with time, pain, iteration and suffering makes you the artist you are born to become. Meet your full potential by understanding the equation. It is up to you to live up to your potential. God creates. His children create when they know him. His children are created in his image. He loves and overflows, so he creates his children and lets them play and evolve, making decisions, learning from real repercussions. He lets them walk alone and he lets them choose to return to him. Freedom is his name. Create, birth, and become. Struggles shall mend your soul and make you pure to see the world as it is, alive in your rays. I am an artist, and that means I live the life of an artist. I am the artist type. I love freedom. This might not work for you, and maybe it will, but listen closely. The life of an artist. I keep my options open. Right now I am writing this podcast episode, but I have no plans beyond that. Plans are mostly useless, except for social commitments and dental visits. Furthermore, they stand in the way of life, very literally. They take you layers away from reality. I believe in optionality. I believe that new information comes at me daily, and that I cannot possibly know what I prefer tomorrow, even less what happens tomorrow that affects my future. Probabilistic knowledge and projections are fine. Plans set in stone are against our nature. Things change. Life is to be lived intelligently in the moment with options and information at our disposal. The podcast episodes surprise me, and I discover them just as you do. While you explore the words, I explore the words. I never know what I will write until I do, and surprisingly it works out well and everything runs smoothly. How can that be? I used to force life, nothing worked, everything was complex, and I had stressful nights and even more anxious days. How will I provide for myself and make my business run? Forcing myself onto life in full force. The knowledge available to our ego is very limited. When you make yourself available to real creation, something much vaster takes over that knows the best action, and you take it. You learn to obey and let life work itself out. You trust that this is exactly what you need right now, and you better learn from it to free yourself from this pattern coming at you in the future. You learn that life has its plans, and you better listen. You also learn that when you listen, good things happen. Intuition is a fine organ. Petty ignorance is futile. Nature is highly intelligent. We stand in the way of life. How ignorant of us to think. We operate best with our limited knowledge. We are part of a connected intelligence that we swim in. We can use that to our advantage. Life is more fun that way too. Creative living, spontaneous living, combined with intelligent use of the intellect and still keeping social commitments and filing taxes seems like an interesting life to me. It seems like a great life to me. The life of an artist. I meet the day fully. No plans or schedules. Pure unfoldment. It's impractical when you don't know yourself. The best life when you do. I have an opportunity for you, a gift actually. I crafted a community for artists to walk the spiritual path of art side by side. It's the most powerful tool I've built, and today you may join for free. Free for a lifetime. If you join now, it'll be a paid product soon, so if you want to join now. I think you'll really like it. Can you write a song of agony, the state of the world? I can't go to sleep. I'm watching the news, the state of the world, my dear. We're falling apart. The soup of the world in words. I'm terrified when the world stopped listening. I was a small girl in my own world, you see. When the world stopped listening, a woman got down in a storm and I drowned. I was hiding from myself until I saw the tar in my heart. I found my answer. I'm the state of the world, but what do I know? Can you write a song of destiny, a state of the world? Wars are waging out there, wars are waging in here. State of the world, my dear, we're falling apart. The soup of the world in words. I'm terrified when the world stopped listening. I was a small girl in my own world, you see. When the world stopped listening, a woman got down in a storm and I drowned. I was hiding from myself until I saw the tar in my heart. I found my answer. I'm the state of the world, but what do I know? Stubborn like a mule, virtues of a fool, the tar in my heart. I found my answer.